Hey everyone, I hope all of you are doing well today, and today we're building an entirely new second main street, because the first one wasn't enough for me. But anyways, before we get started, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more. Now let the chaos begin. Alright, so this is the second attempt at making this voiceover, because the first time I was just happily blabbering along, just talking straight up nonsense, which is the usual. And then I looked at like Audacity, as in the recording software that I use for doing the voiceovers, and realized it had paused at 3 minutes. I had been talking for 30 at that point, so I was just... If there was ever a case to send me to a mental asylum, I think that was it, when I realized that I was just blabbering along and it wasn't recording it. I was talking really in depth. There was a lot of philosophical discussions and everything happening about why a sushi shop is not really fast or theme park food to me, but that's... I mean, it just isn't. Like a sandwich shop, hot dogs, burgers and such, maybe even pizza, those seem like theme park foods. Sushi just doesn't really. But anyways, we'll get more into that later, because of course I'm going to rant about something. But anyways, I should first probably explain why have I been gone for so long. I mean, it can be very easy to explain, because it's just work got crazy, real life got crazy, Poison can't get any crazier, but he can lose track of time and just have no time left to build between all of the craziness. So that's what happened. And now it's finally sort of calming down. I mean, I finished all of the building for this video, had everything set up, then more crazy stuff happened, which I'm not going to go into because personal life, and I like to keep that separate from videos, but yeah, a lot of craziness is happening. But I now have a little bit more time, is what I'm trying to say. But anyways, so we're building an entire second main street. So now we have a main street and we have a second main street, because Poison will inevitably build a city if he is not walled into. I'm like a feral chinchilla. I will go and build cities. Also, I don't know why chinchilla is the first animal that came to mind, because like all of like the branding is a squirrel, but when I think of crazy animals, I just think of chinchillas. Don't know why, don't ask me, because I can't explain. But anyway, so why am I building a second main street? It's because I wanted to hide the facades, or the backing of the facades of the main street. And there was just a path there. So it had to be pretty, because there's going to be guests. So I was just like, oh, we can have a nice waterfront, because there's the water separating this area from the Arabian area, which is literally just a wall. And I'm saying, oh, it's just a wall. It's a wall in the sense that it stops me from expanding the main street any further. Like on the other side of the main streets, which is going to just melt your brains the more I say it. But on the other side, there's going to be the staff area behind the main street facades. And then that's going to go straight into the Arturian area. So it's blocked there. And then on this side, there's just straight up water. Shielding the rest of the park from becoming another main street. So yeah. But yeah, why am I building all of this in one video? It's because I didn't want to have another like 5 or 4 videos building just facades. I just wanted to get this part just out there and have just like a huge second main street built into one video, just so that it sort of speeds up the process. I thought like, oh yeah, we can definitely build an entire main street in 2 weeks. Forgetting that usually when it comes to building facades, I do 3 a video and that takes 2 weeks to build. This is like 12. So this video has 4 weeks of videos, or like 4 videos worth of building. And if you take that into the time that would be spent building, it would be 8 weeks. So 6 weeks being gone, and then coming out with this main street is actually still somewhat on track on being faster than usual. But yeah, it was mostly just real life gotten crazy. Although I definitely still wouldn't have reached the 2 weeks. Or at least not been able to finish this entire main street. I'm just going to call it the waterfront, so that there's the main street and then this is the waterfront. That maybe makes it a little bit more easy to comprehend. But I still wouldn't have been able to finish the waterfront in 2 weeks. Like, that was just... I don't know why I thought I could. But we aren't too far away. I mean, 6, 2, it's close enough. But anyways, I also wanted to have this main waterfront. Now Main Street is just stuck in my head. But I wanted this waterfront to have a little bit more of a steampunk vibe. And what that means is just have iron or steel... What is it? Bump out? What is it called again? I forgot the word for it, but just have like some steel parts of the building. And then I thought, oh yeah, this would make it a little bit more steampunky. And then I never do it in any of the other buildings. Because this building kind of looks weird. Like, the entire idea of the main street of Mythos was supposed to be like steampunk Parisian. It ended up just being Parisian because I really like the building style and it's like a little bit calm. And then here I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to try a little bit more of a steampunk vibe, and I do it once and never do it again for any of the other buildings. Why? Because it's just a little bit out of place. So, have a little steampunky bump out. It's going to be the only one in the entire rest of the Mythos main street. So yeah. It's still going to be hell of confusing trying to explain like where we are. Because again, you have the main street, and you have this main street, but it's also the waterfront, so... I'm so happy that there's this wall between this area and the Arabian area, because otherwise this would definitely have turned into a full city. So yeah. I had fun with building, it's just it's a lot of facades. And I still have some more to do. Like 4 on the other side of the main street. Like, this part of the main street is pretty much finished. But there's still some more on the other sides. But that's not going to be a video on itself. That's just going to be me building some facades, and then you will see them slowly fade into existence in like the after video cinematics, where we go from what was there to what we have built. So yeah. But then I also wanted this area to basically be kind of like a foodie area. So there's going to be a sushi place, a pizza place, and a drinks place. I don't know if it's going to be juice or coffee. Either one of them works. But I just wanted to have like some more food places. And of course, I'm going to eventually build interiors for all 3 of these. Why do I want to build interiors? Because I guess I'm a crazy chinchilla. We're going to stick with chinchilla for this entire video because I don't know why. Like, literally, why did chinchilla pop into my head? I'm a squirrel. But anyways, so I wanted to have interiors for all of these. But then I realized, again, building an entire main street in one video in 2 weeks is just not possible at all. So it already took longer, and I knew that if I also built the actual interiors of these shops, this video would be probably an hour long. I wouldn't have a voice left after 30 minutes of it, and the video would have been out for like 4 more weeks. So I was just like, nope. We're now having a legitimate reason to just do a lot of interiors for one video, and then just have an extra video basically because of that. Because the main street also has an ice cream place and a taco place, like the vegan taco place. I think it's tacos, but like that place, which also need interiors. And I actually checked, like, with these facades and like the shops that are here and the shops that are basically on the other side, there is still enough place for these. So yeah. Anyways, I also decided, hey, the sushi place, gotta have a mural to make it more interesting. Now, I'm not going to make a fancy mural. I'm basically going to do mural in the way of draw by number. Like when you have like an entire like stencil and there's like 1s, 2s, and 3s, and it's like paint all of the 2s red, and then all of the places that are a 3, those need to be blue and such. We're going to do that kind of mural, the paint by number kind of mural, because I can't build the crazy murals that some other people are able to make. I'm just going to do the easy way. So I just looked up a picture of koi fish, put just like a kind of stencil over it with just like pillars, and then deleted all of the pillars that were not above a fish, so that eventually you end up with a fake fish shape, and then change the colors to fit with the colors that were on the fish, aka the koi. So we ended up with 2 koi fish, and then some like lily pads and such, just to make it a little bit more colorful, because koi fish are basically just beige, red-ish, red orangey-ish, and then some black. So I needed to have a little bit more color, so lily pads it is, with flowers of course. So yeah, easy kind of mural. It's actually more difficult to find like a nice picture of a koi fish that wasn't like black and white or something like that. So yeah, was actually really fun to build. I also forgot to record a lot of building. Like, there's like 12 facades in this entire video, or at least at the end of this video. I have not recorded all of them because some of them are very simple. So I picked out like, oh, what are some interesting facades, such as the koi fish shop. But I'm not like insane. I didn't want to have a 2-hour-long video, so I picked out like some of the facades, and then I also, for some builds, I just went into a straight up building haze, which basically means I started building, didn't record any of it because brain don't work. So that's it. But anyways, now that we're building the sushi place, I wanted to go on a sushi rant, because to me sushi just doesn't really seem like a theme park kind of food, at least for like 99% of theme parks. I'm actually curious if they would have sushi in like a Japanese park, like Universal Japan. That would make sense that they have a sushi place. So, or like any like really high standard or like big theme park that has like a bit more money, but like your average theme park probably just, it doesn't feel like they would have a sushi place. To me, like a sandwich place makes more sense. Like even a taco place still makes sense to me, but like we have hot dogs, pizza, hamburgers, tacos, I think tacos at least, or yeah, I think tacos. Probably something else, and then we have sushi. Like sushi seems like the odd one out when it comes to like all of the facilities when it comes to foods. Oh yeah, ice cream place. That was the one that I was forgetting. Which doesn't really seem like food, but I think it's still under the food tab. I don't know. But like, why? Why sushi? Why not a sandwich place? Because a theme park does seem like a place that would sell sandwiches. Or just like, you know, any kind of just like hands-on food. Because sushi, I mean, there's some sushi that you grab with your hands, but it just feels like you need to eat it with chopsticks. And yeah, like the sushi is just like it. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I'm willing to be wrong, but sushi just doesn't seem like a theme park food compared to like some of the other things that we have in game that makes a lot more sense in theme park food. Like even I think we had it in Planet Coaster 1 with the World's Fair DLC where we got a churro place. Like churros also seem like, oh yeah, you would find it at a theme park. But sushi, why is it in a theme park? Shit. Or at least, why is it as, like, the base game? It seems like something you would get in a DLC. Although I would still love a World Fairs DLC for Planet Coaster 2. With all of the shops and all of the scenery items that we got with that team, or with that pack. I was so happy with that. It's not the World's Fair DLC that I'm thinking about. It's the other one, like these sort of classical rides or something, where we got a statue of a penguin. Which, if anyone points out how I'm pronouncing penguin, I will come for you with a fork and I will stab your big toe. Because I know I can't pronounce penguin correctly. Because it sounds like penguin, or I'm basically doing a Benedict Cumberbatch because I don't know why. But there was a penguin statue and I used it everywhere, even though it made no sense. But it, if colored, looked like a marble statue. So, there were a lot of penguins in Tianopolis. I still remember all of the names of my parks, even though I'd never finished any of them. I mean, Tianopolis is gone, because I literally can't open the park, even if I tried. It's broken beyond repair. But, I mean, we're going to... I might have like a little nod to Tianopolis in Mythos, just as with Ozaru, and like I like to have like little nods to all of my other projects that I've never finished in the newest project, because it's an eternal reminder that I don't finish it. I want to really get back to Naturalis, and then I realized, oh, they pretty much just confirmed that Planet Zoo 2 was coming. Oops. Are we now just going to abandon Naturalis as soon as Planet Zoo 2 comes out? Yeah, I mean, has Planet Zoo 2 been announced? I mean, it has been teased, I think, in that video of like the 6th anniversary. But anyways, I'm also, for some reason, like, whenever I do a voiceover, I don't know what to do with my hands, so I just grab stuff on my desk. For some reason, and don't ask me why, because I don't even understand, but for the last 15 minutes, I've just been holding the back of my chair. I don't know why. But my hands just decided, yep, we're going to grab this. Why? We don't know. We just want to hold it. For some weird reason, I'm just holding the back of my chair. I mean, it's better than when I had just like literally a piece of string that I was constantly toying with. Like, it's good that there's no face cam in these videos, because you would think, like, what the fuck is going on? Why is he holding on to that? Why is he playing with a pen? Or like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff on my desk. There's a... what do you call it? It's not a ruler, but it's a thing to like measure stuff. That I think I used to measure something else, and then I just threw it on my desk. Get your mind out of the gutter before you go there. I think I was measuring up a cabinet or something, if it like fit. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Mostly just to keep my hands occupied while I'm making a voiceover. So yeah, anyways, holding the back of my chair. Don't know why. I literally don't know. I'm like trying to figure out like, why am I holding the back of my chair? Is this some sort of comfort thingy? But it's not. Because now, the more that I keep thinking about it, the more I'm just like, this is starting to become uncomfortable, but also I'm not too far in, so we're just holding the back of the chair for the rest of this video, I guess. Because, nope. Anyway, back to actually building. So, I had a lot of fun just building all of these facades. I think the thing that made it take so long is just finding the inspiration, because I kind of want every facade to be a little bit special. So it was just like looking up like, all right, how can I make this a little bit different than everything else that I've built? But then when you've been building so many facades, it's pretty difficult to make them all kind of unique. So yeah, I think I took inspiration from like palaces, and then from also something I think in Berlin. So we're not even French anymore. We're just Second Empire style, kind of French-ish, that if you squint it definitely looks French, but like there's a couple of buildings or like facades that were probably inspired by things in like Prague, Milan, Berlin. We're going all over the world. And then also the US for some reason. Because I was just like, oh yeah, I want to build something next to the gatehouse that the train passes through. Why do I want to build like one of those old style red brick fire stations? Also, side note, I'm still holding the chair. We're going to like, at the end of this video, we're going to check in and see if I'm still holding the chair. It's weird that my arms are starting to burn, like the muscles, but then it's not painful, it's just weird. Maybe they're kind of cramping because they're in the same position, but I'm still not letting off. But yeah, anyway, so I wanted to build an old red brick fire station. Why? I don't know. Most of these builds, I'm just like, I wanted to build it, so I build it. I will make it sense after I build it. I did let go of the chair because nose itchy. But anyway, so I have no explanation for like why I'm building a fire station. But you know, it's in the vibe of like, oh, I want to build something different. And so far the main street doesn't have a fire station yet, so we're going to do that. So that's what happened. Fire station it is. Did I make an actual like fireman wagon? No, because I'm not that insane. Also, I don't do vehicles. We already know that. I built one vehicle, and that's going to be it. All of the other vehicles, like in the parking lot, because I've been adding cars slowly to the Mythos parking lot. All of those I will get from the workshop, because I know that I won't be able to build a decent sized modern car. Because, you know, modern cars are like smooth and sleek and everything, and I'm not. I don't want to build fancy modern cars. I want to build a car where the honking is literally like a duck honk. I don't want fancy cars. I want something that looks like it could explode with the merest breath near it. I want chaos cars. Which is basically just any car before the 1900s or around the 1900s. Any kind of that. I just want chaos cars. I want cars that make you think, yeah, it's a good thing I have insurance, because this thing will definitely explode if I turn right too fast. But yeah, fire station. Why did I build it? Don't know. Past, oh, I had inspiration for it or an idea for it, and it's different than everything else that I've built. Also, you will see me recycle a lot of dormers, because dormers to me are still one of the most annoying things to build. Not as in, oh, they take a lot of time, oh, they're difficult to build. None of that at all. It's just because I never have the inspiration to build any kind of dormer. Also, quick check-in, I'm still holding the back of the chair. I will not let go, because now it's an ego thing. And I am as stubborn as I was going to say mule, but is that the right? I'm as stubborn as a donkey. So now that's become an ego thing, I will not let go. If my arms fall off at the end of the video, I have new boomerangs if they freeze in the same position that they're in now. Yep, that's just that's happening. Anyway, so I should probably just talk about what I'm building, but the chair bit is now just too funny for me. Like, for sometimes I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm very happy that there's no face cam, because like all of the weird shit that I'm like holding onto or toying with while making these voiceovers, we will never get beyond the piece of string that I was playing with for like 4 voiceovers straight. I don't know where that piece of string has gone. I think I threw it away. But yeah, I was toying with that for like 4 voiceovers. And now it's back of the chair. Because I need to do something with my hands while I'm doing a voiceover, and I can't move them too much because mic. So, meh. But anyways, so as I said, a lot of the facades are just inspired by random buildings. Most of the fancy ones are inspired by palaces, or at least like wings of a palace. So this one is. I don't know which palace, because around this time all of these palaces just kind of start to blend into each other. Like, I think that there's one building on the main street which is going to be the ice cream place that is inspired by either the Louvre or Palace Luxembourg in Paris, which confuses the hell out of me, because like, why is it called that? Because Luxembourg is an entirely different place, but and then there's some other palaces. I mean, the information kiosk, which is not a kiosk, it's basically an information mall, is inspired by a palace in Milan. So there's quite a few palaces. Don't ask me what palace the entrance building was inspired by, because that's basically just a Frankenstein monster of so many buildings that I can't even think of, like, alright, what did inspire me? Because I think that the main dome, I mean, like, the front was inspired by not even a palace. It was like a train station in Antwerp. Yep. And then the rest was just like an amalgamation of all kinds of stuff. I think. Pretty sure it was. But it's now been like pretty much a year actually since I built it. Oh my god. It's been a year. And I'm still holding the chair. But it's been a year since Planet Coaster 2 got released. Now I feel fucking old. I'm only 28. I'm not supposed to feel old yet. That's where your 30s. That's where you start to have the midlife crisis. Where you're holding chairs. This is going to be a bit for this entire video. Me just holding a chair. And making it into the biggest thing ever. Because it's fucking ridiculous. Why am I still holding it? But anyway, so whatever palace this was inspired by, I do not know. It could also be an amalgamation. It's not the total Frankenstein that the entrance is, which coming to the entrance, I want to redo the towers. Which is a slippery slope, because if I start redoing the towers and I want to redo other things, the only thing that I don't want to redo is the sides towards the coaster, because that's good. But like the rest, I want to just make it a bit more clean and a little bit more like aesthetically pleasing, at least to me. I also don't know why I started talking like this, but I shouldn't start talking like this because it's annoying the hell out of me and I want to punch myself in the face. Yeah, I've truly lost it at this point. I'm holding a chair, I'm talking like a madman, and actually that's pretty normal for me. Well, the chair holding isn't. I'm also like sitting on my foot again, which means that I'm stopping circulation to my foot, which means fun after this. But yeah, today's video is just crazy because I I mean, I've been gone for 6 weeks. I've been holding in the crazy for 6 weeks. So now it's just all going to slowly erupt out of me. Which, again, get your mind out of the gutter. No, not like that. But I'm holding a chair, I'm sitting on my foot, I started talking like a crazy person, I made a rant about sushi not being a theme park food, and I call myself a feral chinchilla. That's basically the sum up of this entire video now, and I realize it. I think I talked about what I'm actually building for like 3 minutes out of this 30-minute video. But that's pretty standard, I think, for a Poisonblade video, so... Anyways, I think I'm going to make this a juice place like what we're building right now. It's still kind of undecided, but I just wanted a shop underneath the train tracks. And I did not know, like, is this going to be a coffee place? It seems like it would be a coffee place, but it could also be a juice place. So I'm not sure, but I think we're more going towards juice. So yeah, anyways, don't really have much more to say. Like, all of the craziness has kind of gone out of me, and now I'm just kind of chill. I'm kind of zen. Also, just to check in, yes, I'm still holding the back of my chair. Yes, my arms are starting to burn a bit. But it's not a painful burn, it's more like they're just warm. I'm also still sitting on my foot, even though that's going to hurt later. But we're fine. We're all fine. Maybe not you guys, because I think all of the chaos is going to melt a hole in your brain. But I'm going to build a juice shop, I think, next. I don't know what I'm wanting to build next. I'm definitely not wanting to build facades after this. Like, maybe we'll do the entrance, because that's the biggest build that's still there. Like, renovating the entrance a bit. Putting in all of the custom windows. It might also be a little bit of an easier build if I don't go ham crazy and start renovating all of it. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe button if you want to see more. I'm still holding the back of my chair. I hope all of you have a wonderful day, guys. Bye bye.